welcome to Mayfli TV. Today we are in the shop having coffee, or could we be having tea? Today we're welcoming Jade from Stone Cold Witches. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Before we started the interview, we did ask Jade what she would like, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and Jade went for tea. And we have apple and cranberry from Love Leaf Tea. And you went for a little treat. We have chocolate and we have jellies. So you chose
chocolate.
So we've got Moo Moo's chocolate and apple and cranberry tea. Thank you. I'm going to give this a try. Right, Jade, you own Stone Cold Witches.
Yes.
So what is Stone Cold Witches?
Well, let me get a prop for you. So it did mostly start as just jewellery, but the kind of point of the jewellery was that you could wear something for healing. So a lot of the jewellery is crystal based, and as you know, because you're a big crystal fan as well, a lot of the crystals are for different things. So if you really need to feel confident, you might wear carnelian. But then as things went on, I really wanted to include them in a spell kit. So that's what we've got here. So one of the amethyst necklaces is in here with the peace spell kit. So the idea being you'd get everything you need to do the spell all in one place in a nice little box, and you can just follow the step-by-step instructions from my original spell. Just have a good time.
So people probably won't know this at home, but Jade is an actual witch. And we've actually spent some one-to-one time together, haven't we?
Yes.
And during that time, I actually find out that a lot of people, you didn't tell a lot of people that you were a witch.
No, I
and
didn't.
We've encouraged you to embrace your witchness.
Yes, Rachel outed me is what she's saying there. But yes, I did learn a valuable lesson in being your authentic self, even if that means a lot of people will think you're absolutely off your mind.
I don't think being a witch these days is...
There's definitely worse things to be.
So what does it involve being a witch? Like, how did you come about being a witch? How did you move into it? And how did you know that this is what you wanted to be?
Well, I always felt like I knew things before they happened. I always felt like a very strong sense of self. And I think I just thought, oh, you've just got a good intuition or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or you've just thought about something, the facts have just come to you and you've just thought you're psychic. You're not really. But I mean, really, it started with Reiki. I'm level 1 trained in Reiki as well. I had Reiki for the first time and it was amazing. Made me feel like a totally different person. And I just knew that was right. I knew that was something for me. And then I went and did the training and that felt right. That led me into crystals, and then I found a witchcraft group. And then I go to witch school every month. I'm now in my 2nd year, and that again was just something that I did, and it just felt right. I just knew that was me.
So were you selling the crystal jewellery before or after? Did you go from going on the witch journey and then move into Stone Cold Witches?
Yeah, so I had been doing, I think I must have been doing witch school for a couple of months. But witch school is something that really helped me be the person that I am. And I don't think I would have had the confidence beforehand to do anything like this, but kind of accepting that side of me made me feel like, I guess, a complete person, which sounds really cringy, but
no, it's not.
that is the truth. And I guess I've believed more and more in crystals and in the power of doing something for yourself. And I wanted to make that, and I wanted other people to feel the empowerment that I felt.
Right. So have you always wanted your own business, or do you think becoming a witch and wanting to share what you've found and the values and everything around the crystals, did that drive you to go into business doing that? Or have you always wanted your own business but you found what kind of business you wanted through that?
Well, I've always thought business is amazing, but I always thought it was something that the average person could never do. That it's something that people think they could do, but you would never make it. But I guess that comes from, I didn't really have that sort of confidence. And then when I did witch school, and that helped me grow as a person, I now like to believe, and I will tell myself every day, there is nothing that you cannot do.
Which is a good thing to do.
So if I want to have a business, I will have a business.
That's fantastic. So is Stone Cold Witches full-time for you, or is it part-time?
Well, I guess it takes up every minute of my life that I'm not at my day job. I do have a full-time employed job as well. I try not to tell those people that I'm a massive witch.
But you have recently. We did encourage you to tell people, and your boss wasn't that freaked out, was he?
Scared of me now. I think that's why I get all the annual leave that I asked for. But yeah, I do have an employed job, and then all of my evenings and my weekends are dedicated to my business, and when I'm off work, anytime that I'm on leave, business.
And do you find that challenging, having a full-time job as well as having your business?
Yeah, it is hard. It means I never really get a day off, because anytime that I'm not at work, I have to work on my business. And because I'm up against businesses who work on their business all the time, and I'm very aware of that. And you know what it's like having a business. There is so many things you could be doing, and anytime you're not doing something, well, why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Even when you've finished something, maybe you have even a big achievement. Well, what's next? What are we doing next? Why aren't you doing that now? Why haven't you done that before? Why are you so late starting doing that? You could never possibly do enough, so it's very difficult to take breaks. It's very difficult to take a day off. But I am trying to remind myself that you work better when you're well rested.
Yeah, it's getting that balance, isn't it? I think a lot of self-employed people that have their own businesses, it's finding that balance, which is really hard.
Yeah,
because you're not just making jewellery, you're not just doing things, it's everything else that goes along. I mean, how many hats do I have to wear as a business owner?
Every single one of them.
Including yours, which is a witcher hat.
Especially the witcher's hat, especially on a Friday.
So what is the biggest challenge for you as a business owner, would you say?
I would definitely say time is one of them, but that is one that I'm trying to make the best of, because I do think I work very well under pressure. So sometimes I wonder if I had the whole day, would you really do any more than you already have, because you've pushed yourself so much in the time that you did have. Another one would just be knowledge and support, because you do everything by yourself. You don't always get a lot of feedback from other people, or especially if your friends don't have businesses, or people who you're around all day don't know what it's like to have a business. It's very difficult to get any kind of genuine critical feedback that would help you do better. And it's difficult to have anywhere to turn if you really don't know the answer.
I know, because I think sometimes with friends and family, they don't understand the pressures.
No.
And I think unless you have actually got your own business, you don't feel, people don't understand the passion. Because it's that do you passive passion, or do you have aggressive passion for your business?
Passion for me.
Yeah, and I think when you've got that aggressive passion for a business, it's even harder to switch off. And I think unless somebody has their own business, it's really hard to understand that person.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it makes it look as though maybe you're not interested in seeing people when you say, I really can't meet up today because I haven't done my content for next week. I have to say, and they sort of think, well, if it's your own business, can't you do it when you want?
Yeah.
No.
And you obviously love your business.
Yes.
So what do you do when you do eventually allow yourself time out? No, just getting to know you. I know that's not going to be a lot of time. But what do you actually do when you do allow yourself time out? Do you actually go out and do something different, or do you work on your business on your time out?
I mean, sometimes, like recently, I took myself out to lunch, and that was really nice. That was really lovely. But in the sort of hour I was sat having my coffee in my lunch, I somehow managed to get a notebook out and started planning product ideas. So you think you're on a break, and then you look back and realise, oh no, I'm not, because I'm still doing it.
You never switch off, do you?
No, you don't.
I think that is like probably the biggest challenge most business owners have. So I think we kind of covered why you started your business, because you wanted to share what makes you feel good, and you wanted to share that with other people. So why did you call it Stone Cold Witches?
Yeah, it's going to sound really cliche, but it did just come to me.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted something that had a sort of sassy vibe. I wanted something that made it clear it was witchcraft. I don't know, I woke up one day and was like, Stone Cold Witches? That sounds like something you'd say to someone if they were cold. and a witch, and I just thought it was funny. And I remember telling my friend, and she was like, "Oh, I love it." And I was like, "All right, done. Bought the domain, done."
It's always good when you can get the domain.
Yeah,
it is so annoying when you start a business and you're trying to think of business names. You're like, right, okay, can I get the domain for this? Can I get the Instagram for this? Can I get the Facebook for this?
Yep.
So the fact that you are able to do that is just, it was meant to be, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, everything I looked on, you do the government check was fine, domain fine. No one had it as a handle on anything. It wasn't a shop. And I was like, well, it's got to be the one.
That, exactly. If that
Wrote
all
it down.
there, took us months to find the name for
did it?
Mayfly. Because when we were thinking of different names, the domain wasn't there, or the domains were just a nightmare. So what are your dreams for Stone Cold Witches? Where would you like to, where is it that you're heading with it?
I'd like it to be a proper, well-known thing. I would like, if someone goes, I'm starting to get into witchcraft, someone goes, Stone Cold Witches, you should go check them out.
Yeah.
I want it to be like a home brand name. I want it to be something that people recognise, and that it kind of builds a sense of community.
Right.
I want to be, so someone thinks, oh, really, I'm kind of into witchcraft, but people think it's weird, and then they can come follow us on Instagram and on Pinterest, TikTok, and all of that, and then feel like they belong, like a sense of oneness, because we are just one big coven.
Do you see it growing into more than just products, becoming a community? Can you do it?
Yeah, I would love that.
Would you?
For it, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You can join as well. I'll get your witch's hat.
Definitely. I'm all into that. Got me crystal on today. I definitely.
You'd be the first on the list. I'd push the list out, and Rachel's like.
Yeah, I've always been really, the tarot cards and the star signs and everything. That's I think that's great. Done. Right. You always hear people saying, "Oh, when you buy from a small business, they do the happy dance." Come on then, I want to know, when you get a sale and you get the ka-ching, or you get the email saying you've had a sale, what is your happy dance? What do you do?
Well, mine is getting up and doing a demonstration for you. It's sort of like a little jig.
No, one demonstration.
I'm not.
You do a jig.
a little jig, but it always makes me smile. Like, even if I could be having the worst day and I see a sale, that's the best day.
I think when
just
you work,
lights you up, doesn't it?
It does. I think when you work so hard on your business, and then it's like you say, you could be having the worst day, and just getting that one sale can totally lighten your day up. And it is funny because I constantly see it on Instagram and Facebook. When you buy from a small business, they'll do a happy, and you literally do. You do. Yeah. I think because small businesses put so much passion and love into it. It's not just you walking into a high street and you're buying off the shelf. It's you've created it, the packaging and everything that goes into it. So it's not a cliche, like you literally do. But yours is a jig.
It's a little jig.
You do a jig.
Big smile.
What is the most rewarding thing for you from Stone Cold Witches? You obviously put the majority of your hours into it. What would you say was most rewarding?
For me, it's got to be reviews.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever, because you get that sort of imposter syndrome, and you do your order and you send it, you take it to the post office, and you're like, God, what if they hate it?
Yeah. What if there's something wrong with it when it gets there, or they're not going to like it?
But then a couple of days later, you get that little ding, and someone's left a review, and you're like,
1 star or 5.
But then
it is that fear, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because I've sold online for years, and it is when you kind of have this inner sense that it is, that you hope it's going to be a 5-star, because there's no reason why it shouldn't be a 5-star.
You've put 5-star effort into it.
Exactly, but then there's that fear. But what if it's not?
Yeah, what if they didn't like it and they just didn't want to message me first? But then when you open it and it's 5 stars, I had someone say they felt its power as soon as they put it on, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourite reviews ever.
I can imagine, because I know and you kind of build up a rapport. I know when when I sold online a lot, and you build up a rapport with people, you know, when you message them and they ask you questions, you know. And I had a woman in America buy from me, and she'd read about my About Us, and that I was in Northumberland, and she was like, I've visited and I was like, you're in America and here. And there was that connection. It's just amazing, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so happy dance and 5-star. What is your biggest challenge?
Time, probably. And I think sometimes it just gets a bit lonely.
Right.
Sometimes you feel like you need the support from other people who know what you're dealing with. But I mean, that's what we get at Mayfli, and that's what's so great about
thank you.
the group. You know, if I were really struggling with anything in my shop or just in general, you know, like I want to do product launch and I have no idea where to start, I know I could ask in the group, and everyone would jump up to say, oh well, I did this and this is how it worked for me. You would be there. You'd be there definitely. With bells on. This is how I've done it before. So yeah, it's just really nice to know that you have somewhere to go. So that helps me out a lot, and that helps on the knowledge front as well, because you do just learn everything yourself, and you constantly wonder, like, that's what I've learned from it. Is that actually right, or is that just the one source that I've read? Because you do just end up Googling things.
Exactly, Google,
you
YouTube.
Don't know. Yeah,
as business owners, it's Google, YouTube. But it is, and I think that's what I like about the group, the Mayfli seller group, is that you know, you're not an expert at everything. You know, you can't know everything about business, and everybody has. They all know something different to you.
Yeah, collectively we know.
Everything. Collectively we should be taking over the world when it comes to business, because everybody knows something. And I think the fact that everybody's willing to share, they don't feel that competition.
No, you know, it's such a community vibe. It's never my first thought of, well, what if they do something similar to me? My first thought is, I've been there, let me help them if I can.
Yeah, and I think that's what the beauty is with the small business world, is everybody wants to help each other.
Yeah, because there is space for everyone.
Exactly. I mean, how many millions of people are in the world?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So I sort of kind of covered this, learning new skills as a business owner, because we've all got to wear different hats. You've got your social media, you've got your writing, your blogs, your newsletters, your packaging, the rules around everything. You know, are you ticking the box for GDPR? Are you doing this correct? Are you doing this correct? How do you find trying to keep on top of making sure that you're doing everything correctly?
It's a lot of winging it.
Oh, we're allowed to say winging it.
There's some things I would say I'm fairly confident with. I'm always confident in my product. I wouldn't list anything that I wasn't extremely proud of. But some things you just have to learn them. Like branding, I remember Googling colour theory, trying to pick colours, and then in the end just going, I'm going to pick black and white, because you can't go wrong with black and white. And social media, I mean, you just sort of have to learn as you go. And I just try not to let it get to me if I can't do something straight away, because you have to remember that no one can do anything straight away. You've got to start somewhere, don't you? Yeah, you've got to start somewhere, and progress is better than perfection.
And asking.
And
there's never a stupid. I always say to the children, there's never a stupid question. It's the person that doesn't ask a question is the one that's, I shouldn't say stupid. It's, if you don't ask the question, you're never going to learn. Yeah. So it's silly not to ask a question. You know, even if you sat there, you're like, oh, this sounds so silly. You know, you probably find that the rest of the half of the room actually want to ask that question. They don't actually have the courage to ask it.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you've just got to take the leap, haven't you?
Yeah. So is Stone Cold Witches releasing any new products within the next year?
Well, God, I should hope so. Yeah.
If you've got time.
Have to, yeah. I definitely have lots of plans for the ritual kits. Obviously, I've got the 3 at the moment, but I want to do different versions of them. So I want to have some that are just the ingredients, because obviously I have customers who already own the jewellery, so they probably don't want to buy the same thing again. But I want to give them the chance to do the ritual with it. So I want to do kits that are just that. And and there's loads of different themes. I've had quite a few requests for different themes. Some that are goddess orientated, some that are based around the Wheel of the Year, which is the witch calendar. But I also really want to do products based around rune magic.
Right.
Big rune witch. I love runes. I would love to make my own sigils, which is where you take runes, sort of create a story with them and then combine them into one symbol.
Oh, cool.
So I would love to do that, and I'd love to put that maybe on clothing. I'd love to get into clothing.
We can help you with clothing.
I know you can. That's why I'm looking at you.
We can help you with the clothing line. I was going to ask you something there and I totally forgot.
Well, I'll sip this tea while you're thinking about it.
Yeah, it was a really good question as well. I'm really annoyed with myself now, but I didn't want to interrupt you. We might have to come back to that. Oh, yes. So I know when you do the when you make the jewellery, you cleanse it.
Yes.
What I found really good with you is you actually put a video on your shop. And I love that video. and this is what we're trying to do with Mayfli, is really build connections between the buyers and sellers. And you're taking full advantage of this. And you put the video on. And you actually show the buyers how you're cleansing the jewellery.
Yeah.
And I love that. Whereas a lot of people don't actually have the confidence, and we're trying to instill the confidence in businesses to show themselves on camera, because it is really different.
Yeah.
It is. You know, doing reels and doing videos and putting yourself out there. It's really hard as a business owner.
Yeah.
So how do you overcome that challenge?
I try and pretend that I don't know anyone who's going to watch it.
Right.
That's how I
That's probably a good thing.
I did a live quite a little while ago now. I did a live on my Instagram with my friend Shelley. And I was dreading it because I thought, you know, it's live. And what if I swear? You know, I'm a big swearer.
I don't think I've heard you swear.
I think it just goes over your head. I definitely do, yeah. But that was on my mind. I'm like, what if I say something daft? What if I like repeat myself over and over? What if I blabber? What if I just stop saying words altogether and start making noises? But when I did it, I just focused on the conversation and just pretended we were like on FaceTime. And it actually came out really well. I mean, I don't rewatch it. I don't watch it back. But I was pretty happy with it. So I think sometimes it's just doing it once and then go, no, I can't do it. So let's just keep doing it. Just don't focus too much on.
It is really hard. I think that was my biggest challenge with Mayfli was the videos.
Putting yourself out there.
Putting yourself out there. But you've got to.
Yeah, you
Everybody that does well in business, they're putting themselves out there and they come across so confident. But you know, in the background, they're probably dying inside and worried. But I remember doing my first video and I actually didn't watch it. Mark went away, edited it and posted it. And I think it was about 5 hours it had been on socials before I actually watched it. But it's that challenge, isn't it? Overcoming the challenges. And I know we did I don't think you took part in it. Why didn't you take part in it? We did the live challenge in the seller Facebook group. And and Mark O helped, and he just set challenges every day. And some of the sellers came in and had to do a live every day. And I remember at the end of it, Fiona from Fifi and the Peacock, she actually did a live on the Saturday at the market. And that was because we did that challenge in the group, which was really good. It's just encouraging each other, isn't it? To step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, and it makes you feel a bit better when other people are doing it as well, I think.
I think knowing that you're not the only person that's feeling those pressures. Because when we do Zooms, when we do the Mayfli Zooms and we do the Mayfli meetings, I think what comes out of it is everybody feels as if they're alone in their fears and their struggles and where they're going. But by the end of the meeting, there's always that sense of everybody's going through the same thing. And it's nice knowing that you're not the only person going through them struggles. Yeah,
and because we're all in it together, we can all help each other out. We can all give, because we all know what we would want to hear and what we need to hear, so we can do that. If we can't do it for ourselves, we can at least do it for someone else.
Right. So we have new products coming soon, so we'll be telling you when they're going to be launching. So talking about products, we are in the Mayfli gift shop.
Yes.
which is in Northumberland, which helps support the Happy Head Shed charity, which we love because it enables people to see the quality of the products that are on Mayfly Marketplace.
Yeah.
So if I said to you, you can choose 3 things from any other shop on Mayfly, whether it be in the shop or be online, because not every seller on Mayfly is currently in the shop.
Yeah.
So 3 things, 3 shop
Oh,
products. What would you choose?
can I choose everything?
No, you can't choose everything. You're only allowed 3 things.
Oh, that's
It is so hard. I could literally buy.
I could buy everything that's around us.
Yeah, there's a reason why you would want everything. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It is really hard.
It's
It's really hard because you don't want, I think for me, especially with being the founder of Mayfly, you don't want to leave people out. And
because the people who are on Mayfly, they are just so talented. Like all of these, they all look amazing. You don't get that kind of quality.
But you're not going to be the only
Anywhere
person
else.
that we interview, and they're going to be
Okay.
put in the same position, so don't feel guilty. But
Okay.
for what you need right now, what would be the 3 products you would take?
I'd have to get something from Dear Wellness.
From Vino.
Yes.
So Vino does
Because I love the bath
the
salts.
essential oils, the bath salts.
I'd probably have to I already have her body oil that I use religiously. I would probably get her essential oils.
Do you know what I like about her essential oils? When you rub them in, they heat up, which is fantastic.
Well, yes, that's purchase number 1 then.
Purchase number 1
Essential oils.
is Dia Wellness. Okay. Purchase number 2.
I would have to say Truly Scrumptious. I already have some of hers actually, but I never have enough. So I'd probably she does this gorgeous gold flake in like a deep green
Oh, I've seen that.
tray, and
Right.
I want that
Okay.
hands down for my bedroom because it would go perfect in there. I want to
Okay.
put my jewellery on that. So that would be purchase number 2. I'd probably have to go candle. I think I would have to go with this one because we've tried this one before.
We have.
And I was
And we did a reel on this one.
obsessed.
And I did get wrong off. So
We did get wrong,
I did
yeah.
get it wrong.
Too eager.
The ideal way, so literally this candle, when it melts, you can rub the
what's it, like a wax, isn't
wax,
it? But it's a
but it's
special
not.
wax.
It's like a hand cream. So you blow
Yeah,
it out,
amazing.
and you get a spoon, and you spoon it out, and then
Yes,
you
you've
can
got to
do
get
it.
a spoon. Don't dip your finger in it.
So we're not
like
going to
we do.
demonstrate it again because
No.
we did demonstrate that one. So you would go for the Dia, was it oils you said?
Yes, have to be some
oils.
essential
Yeah.
oils.
Truly Scrumptious,
Yeah.
which is also gorgeous.
Tray.
And obviously the candle because you've tested it and you want to buy that already.
Yeah, and I love candles.
Okay. So can I ask, why did you join Mayfly?
I just love everything about it. I think when I made my business, I didn't want to be just a business that was about making money. Like I want the values that I have personally to show through in my business, and I think the values that I have and the business has perfectly align with Mayfly. I think we all want the same thing.
I'm so glad you came on. And you were one of our first founders,
founders.
You were one of the first founders. You were there for launch day. So,
I was, yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite a journey. We haven't even been going a year yet.
Which is crazy, yeah.
It is. It feels like as if we've been around forever, but we haven't even hit our first birthday, which is amazing. So what do you enjoy most about the Mayfly community?
I think we're the best. Let's just say it.
Simply
We're just the best. Everyone's just so good at what they do. I mean, there's plenty of marketplaces where you go on and some of the stuff is clearly handmade with care, and then some of the stuff is clearly not. On Mayfly, it's all quality.
Yeah.
You could buy anything off Mayfly and be 100% happy with it. There's nothing I wouldn't buy.
I think that was important to us as a brand to ensure that all the products and all the sellers were high standard, and the passion. You can look around the shop and the products that are in the shop. You can see that they're all absolutely stunning. So I am really glad you came on to Mayfly, and thank you so much for coming along. You haven't tried your tea yet.
Oh no, I haven't.
You've got to have a try of it. You can actually have it hot or cold, which is really nice.
Yeah,
I've been
it's
drinking mine all the way
delicious.
through. If you want to see Stone Cold Witches products, or Jade's products, should I say, have a look on Stone Cold Witches on Mayfli, and also we've got the products in the gift shop, which is based in Northumberland. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see each other again soon.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.